Do you ever find yourself in the middle of a match having a particularly hard time against a certain hero? If so, it's important to keep in mind that Overwatch is very much so a rock, paper, scissors game. No matter who you're up against and how overwhelming they may seem to be, there's gonna be a good counter to them. And what I'm gonna do here today in this video is give you guys a list of ideas for how to counter every hero in Overwatch. That's the plan. We're gonna run through the entire roster, talk about each of the hero's strengths, and then talk about good counters for them. Let's go ahead and start off with the offensive heroes, beginning with Genji, a mobile hero that relies on being hard to hit and reflecting damage to buy himself enough time to kill people. You can effectively eliminate one of his primary survival tools, which is his reflect, by playing someone like Winston, Mei, or Zarya. He can't reflect their basic damage. Just realize he's got his dash, be prepared to catch back up to him, and you should be able to out-tank his damage and take him out pretty easily. Now on to Mccree with his flash and fan combo. He's considered one of the stronger heroes in the game right now, and with good reason. He can be devastating at close range, while his Peacekeeper revolver can still do significant damage at a medium range. So what's the answer? Outrange him. Play as Widowmaker or Hanzo, and just pick him off at a distance where he barely touches you. Or play as another Mccree and land your flash before he does. Next up is Farah. With her hover, jump jets, and concussive blast, she can basically stay airborne permanently, outranging most heroes and raining hell from above with her rocket launcher. Utilizing accurate medium or long range damage, you can shoot her out of the sky. Someone like Soldier 76, Widowmaker, or even Roadhog has enough distance with his right click and even his hook to pull her down and bring her back to reality. Reaper's up next with a consistent, significant amount of damage at close range. He is absolutely able to shred tanks and basically anyone who he can take by surprise. Simple answer is to outrange or stun him for an easy kill. Playing as Farah or Junkrat, you can lay heavy damage in his area and force him to go into Wraith form, or just walk up to him with Mccree and land his flash before or after he uses his Wraith form for an easy kill. Now remember, when he does use his Wraith form, it lasts 5 seconds and cannot be cancelled early, so you know exactly when he'll be vulnerable again. Moving on now to Soldier 76, one of the well-rounded, versatile heroes in this game, with steady, consistent damage at medium range, capable of burst with his Helix rockets and an area heal. He can kind of do a little bit of everything. Unfortunately, he's also on the squishier end of things, allowing you to out-tank his damage and kill him fairly easily with a lockdown using Mei's freeze or Roadhog's hook, or simply out-healing most of his damage and whittling him down with Lucio. And finally, for our offensive heroes, we have got Tracer. Fast, hard to hit, and solid damage at close range. A good Tracer can be a nightmare to see, let alone kill. She'll be bouncing around your back line, taking out your supports and snipers, and then rewinding just when you think you've got her. The best response is just to stop her dead in her tracks, using Mccree's stun or Roadhog's hook. Or you can out-heal her damage and burst her down with someone like Soldier 76. Let's go ahead and move on to the defensive heroes, beginning with Bastion. While turreted up, he deals insane amounts of damage very quickly. However, out of turret form, he's kind of just a weaker version of Soldier 76. So, keep him out of turret form, lobbing damage in his area with Junkrat, Widowmaker, Genji, or Hanzo, or just sneak up on him and blow him up while stationary with Tracer or Reaper. Now realize he can still turn around if you sneak up on him, so be prepared to blink or use Wraith form for when he does. Next up is Hanzo, and although he's defined as a sniper, he's really strongest at a medium range where he can more reliably land those headshots and insta-gib with his scatter arrow. Even at close range, a good Hanzo can one-shot you before you know what happened. The best bet is to simply outrange him with a Widowmaker, or make it so that you're near impossible to hit with Tracer, or if you feel like just jumping on top of him, Diva or Winston can also do the trick. Junkrat is up next, and having strong area denial at range, along with his trap and mine adding some burst damage up close, he can kind of be a pain to deal with at all distances. However, he tends to be a bit more inconsistent at dealing damage due to the nature of his frag grenade. You can pick him off at range using someone like Farah, or get up close and just dance around his grenades with Winston or Tracer. Moving on, we have Mei, who does consistent damage with a slow and freeze at close range, is pretty tanky with her ice block. Mei is normally dubbed one of the more annoying heroes in the game. So play around her strengths, either simply outrange her with Widowmaker or Farah, or stop her survivability from even being an option by stunning her with Mccree. Now on to Torbjorn. Between an auto-locking turret, strong close-range damage with his rivet gun, he's often complained about by beginners for his rather simplistic but effective playstyle, which is to build a turret and then babysit it. An easy answer is to stay at range and stop his turret from even being an issue. Play Widowmaker, Junkrat, or Farah and take out his turret from far away. If you do want to get up close though, you can zone his turret out with your barrier and then just finish him off with Winston. And our final defensive character, Widowmaker, the devastating long-range sniper who can one-shot body shot two of the game's heroes, and then one-shot headshot most of the rest of the cast. She's got mobility with her grappling hook, a proximity mine that acts as a sentry and bonus damage. She is one of the stronger heroes in the game at the moment. Not coincidentally, her strongest counter is another one of her. Just snipe her before she snipes you. If you do manage to get up close using someone like D.Va, Genji, or Winston, they can all also do very well. Just prepare for her to drop down and then grapple away, and save your cooldowns accordingly. Now on to the tanks, and starting things off is D.Va. While she may be a little underpowered at the moment and Blizzard is considering some buffs, she does fill the role similar to Tracer as a back-of-the-line harasser. Her biggest issue though is that once defense matrix is down, she's not as tanky as you would hope. And once she's out of her mech suit, while she can still be a threat, she's also very squishy. So you can either lock her down with a freeze using Mei, or just blow up her mech and finish her off when she's out of it with Mccree or Junkrat. Next up is Reinhardt, a staple to pretty much any composition. Reinhardt is the go-to tank of Overwatch. He's got area protection with his huge shield, some solid close range damage, and an ultimate that can team wipe anyone silly enough to clump up around him. However, if he's not supported, he has big trouble against anyone who can outrange his melee attack and dance around him like Tracer or Reaper. And his shield is a lot less effective against a Symetra zoning the path that he plans to walk down. Now on to Roadhog with his hook shotgun melee combo one-shotting most of Overwatch's cast, the most base health in the game, and a self-heal. Sometimes Roadhog feels like a one-man army. You can either get close to him and negate his hook with Mei's Ice Block or Reaper's Wraith form, or just outrange him with consistent damage, using someone like Soldier 76. Next up, it's Winston, who's a great tank to quickly capture a point or jump behind enemy lines and take out pesky snipers. His problem though is once his shield is down, he's really squishy. Close range damage dealers will simply blow him up, such as Reaper or Mccree, and Bastion can more or less prevent him from ever jumping for fear of instantly dying. And our final tank for today is Zarya, the go-to off tank, supporting her team with a shield and able to quickly snowball to deal some respectable damage. Zarya is a bigger threat than I think a lot of people give her credit for. Her problem is she basically has no way to deal with range, so a Junkrat or Farah are really strong counters. Also, once her self-shield is down, Reaper and Mccree will do the trick up close. And finally, we have got the support heroes. Starting us off is Lucio, an area heal, one of the best supportive ultimates, medium health, and really hard to hit in good hands. Lucio can certainly be a pain. An easy answer is to just lock him down so he can't do any of that, using Mei's freeze or Mccree's flash, or simply pick him off at range with Farah or Widowmaker. Next up is Mercy, the best single target healer, plus a damage buff, and an ultimate that puts her entire team back into the fight. You'll probably see a Mercy in most of your games. Now unfortunately for her, she's really squishy. Soldier 76, Genji, and Tracer can all blow her up pretty quickly. Now on to Symetra, who if not taken care of, her teleporter can let her team easily defend point A. Her turrets also provide scouting, while if stacked up can quickly get a kill, and at close range, she can do surprising damage. Unfortunately for her, the game tells everyone when her teleporter is up. She's got little to no defense, and up close, Roadhog or Mccree can make quick work of her, while Widow or Hanzo can just pick her off from afar. And our last hero is Zenyatta, one of the more underplayed supports. His healing isn't amazing amazing, although he can dish out quite a bit of damage. His biggest problems is with no mobility, and his only survivability coming from his ultimate. He's one of the easiest heroes to kill in the game. Widowmaker can one-shot body shot him, and Mccree, Tracer, Reaper, or really anyone who gets up close will take him down before he knows what's happening. And with that, guys, we'll be wrapping up this video. I hope you all found it informative. Remember, no matter how much trouble you're having with any hero, there is going to be a good answer to them, even if it just means playing another one of those heroes. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed the video, and until next time, I'll see you later.